Okay, hello and welcome everybody. It's been a while, but it's about time that I start a new game of Europa Universalis 4. And, as you may already be able to tell, it's going to be quite a challenging one. So, we're on patch 1.9, it got updated yesterday I believe, and this is kind of the kick in the arse that I've needed to begin a new game, a new version. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play as the Knights, and we're going to try and do this special Knight's decision, re-establish the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Now, just prior to this, in 1.8 when they added this, you had to do it by roughly 1500 because you had to do it before the Reformation hit. The Reformation generally hits 1500, 1499 maybe, a bit earlier, 1490s sometimes. So you had about, essentially, 50 years to try and take these three provinces from the Mamluks. Not easy. They've changed it now, as far as I'm aware, so it's now 1650. So I've tried this a couple of times when it was back in 1500. Didn't work out for me too well, but I've been the Knights before, they're quite fun anyway. But now I'm going to actually try and form the Kingdom of Jerusalem, and we've got about another 150 years extra. So we've got loads of time. Absolutely loads of time. So we can breathe a little easier in doing it. So first of all, let's do everything that the Knights need to do. Turn army maintenance down. Check out provincial unrest. We've got provincial unrest in Rhodes because of religious unity and intolerance. Now we can't do much about that at the moment, so we might be facing an issue in 16.3 years unless we can find an advisor to convert them. We cannot afford him in any way, shape or form. So, we may go Orthodox accidentally. Hopefully we won't though. Hopefully we'll be alright. What we're going to do with our money for now is not mercenaries, boats. Now we can build a couple of boats at the start, and if we set them to protecting trade, we can actually make quite a bit of money back off them, so that's alright. We want to solidify papal relations just to get a little bit of prestige. You'll have to forgive the pop-ups. I've set all pop-ups to be on at the moment, and I'm going to get rid of the ones I don't want. So there's going to be a few around for a little while, and I'm probably going to do that to them where I just click them away rather than actually remembering to... Here we are. Get rid of that. Don't care. In fact, you don't even need to display and lock. It just doesn't matter. So we can't do that, can't do that. Done that, done that, done that, done that. Have no subjects. Speed up to 4. And we will improve relations with the Pope, because that's our mission. And we will also start improving relations with Venice so that we can get an alliance with them. And what we're going to do here is, essentially we need to wait for the Mamluks to be weak, and then we need Venice and possibly someone else to ally with us. Now our options... If we're lucky, we might get Aragon, but the problem with Aragon is that we've got to use them at the right time, because we've got to wait for them to be weak enough to want to ally with us, but then wait for them to be strong enough to actually be able to fight the Mamluks, who are weak enough at the time, and we've got to do all that without the Iberian wedding triggering. So possibly we won't bother, but we'll probably have a spare diplomat, so we'll improve relations with them at some point. Genoa is basically the only other person I've had any luck allying in the past. And Poland I know sometimes will as well. Having watched a Let's Play, and in previous versions I've managed to ally Poland fairly quickly. For some reason Poland are quite happy to ally their knights, even though basically nobody else will. So anyway, let's get on. And you see a whole bunch of pop-ups. People entering alliances I do like to hear about. That's fine. So those are typical of a new game anyway. And should stop fairly soon, once everybody's filled up their alliance slots. This we don't need to know, but keep it in the log just in case I do ever look at the log. I very rarely look at the log. You can just press centre to get rid of those pop-ups, which is quite nice. And the game will continue because I've previously set it to not pop up and pause. Oh, something just happened there which I probably could have got rid of. Right, I've just noticed our merchants, neither of them are collecting currently in Constantinople. Oops. Don't want that. I want this. And that'll give us just a little bit extra. So we'll take this guy from Alexandria because ultimately we're not going to be pushing trade very effectively anyway. Somebody declared war. We don't need to know this in the slightest. Thank you. Go back to normal. Enter an alliance. Declared war. Dishonoured their alliance. Probably don't need to know about Dishonoured alliance when it's not involving us in a war. So with the knights, the very beginning is actually quite slow, obviously, because there's basically nothing to do. Like I say, getting relations up with Venice, getting a claim on Cyprus, and... hold on. Send you off to Constantinople. Getting a claim on Cyprus, getting an alliance with Venice, and possibly getting an alliance with somebody else should help a lot. See, 0.12 ducats doesn't sound like much, but that's a significant amount for the knights, for a small nation like us. I have thought in the past about allying with other Muslim nations because they might be willing to accept an alliance, but it's unlikely to happen. The Ottomans are never going to ally with us, unfortunately. Declining alliances is something we don't need to hear about because they pretty much always want Rhodes. Spare no expensive. Oop. Don't need that either. Serbia and Bosnia probably won't and wouldn't matter even if they would. What we really need are people who have navies so that they can come over here, defeat the Mamluks' navies, and then land troops. So this is why I'm looking at, for example, Aragon and, well, Venice, obviously, because they actually will. This is why I'm not so bothered about Poland early on in the game. Peace deal. That's fine. Because they have no boats, and thus don't matter. Right, there's a nice new addition, yeah, where those two navies now try to merge up as soon as possible, which is good. Definitely don't need to know about merchants in other people's trade nodes. Right, these Greek patriots are already at 10%, and they're patriots, they're not religious rebels, so that's unfortunate. Albania has been annexed, Burgundy have changed their trade port, don't care. Friesland have declared war, Frisia have entered an alliance. Now I'm not sure how many troops are going to pop up when they do show up. Don't want to accept their demands, that sounds awful. So we might have to just wait for harsh treatment and harsh treatment them back down once they get too big. I think I'm going to turn that off because I don't need to know about that so much. And that I don't need to know about so much either. I can figure those things out myself. That's pop up and pause. A nation declares war upon another nation. I thought I just said I didn't want to know about that. Okay, how's Venice feeling? Not very good. Still a lot of alliances going around. I thought they'd have finished by now. There we are, we've solidified our papal relations, so we can come back from the Pope. We're not really concerned with him anymore. We want to convert Rhodes to Catholic, that would be nice. We want to improve our prestige, that would also be nice. None of those things are going to happen, however. Tuscany broke their alliance, don't care about that. Really? Okay, do we want to try and improve relations with Aragon? Yeah, let's try and do that now. Actually, who are Aragon's? Aragon's rivaled with Venice, so are very unlikely to accept an alliance. However, if they get very weak, they might anyway. And I'm not allied with Venice yet, so it's not such a big deal. They're close though. Depends if Aragon lose this war or win it. If Aragon lose this war, they'll be very weak, and they might be willing to accept an alliance. But if they win it, which I have seen them do in recent games, then they won't be bothered so much. Oh, our bark is finished. Send him to protect trade so he's not just wasting money. Trade goes up by 0.13 again. Excellent. We're making a little bit of money, it's fine. How's this guy doing? Right, he's almost at full relations. Then we won't enter an alliance with Venice just yet, I'm thinking. Because then Aragon will like us less. We want Aragon to like us as much as possible so that we can get an alliance with them. So we won't enter an alliance with them unless they ask for it, in which case we'll have to say yes, otherwise Venice will like us less. Get rid of some manpower, we're not using it anytime soon. This is at 30 now. How much does harsh treatment cost? 50. We could boost stability, that would make it go down a little bit. Probably not enough. It's just gone up by another 10%. Right, let's see what boosting stability does. Having said that, do we want to just wait so that we can get ideas? Boosting stability is expensive. Let's try it. That reduces unrest down to 5.3. Not much. I forgot how much it reduced it by. We could become Greek. We already accept Greek, so that's not really an issue. It's our intolerance that's the issue. So we're not going to do that. Let's harsh treatment later. When they get up to about 80% maybe. Right, come back from Venice. Now we need to get our claim. Oops. Fabricate claim on Cyprus. The only thing we can fabricate a claim on. Mamluks have given money to Fezzan. Don't care. Thought they'd given money to us for a second. I was very confused. Looks like the Ottomans are already invading Byzantium. So they're not going to last long. Fezzan became a vassal of the Mamluks. Okay. As far as I'm aware, that's not particularly uncommon. Yeah, Aragon's winning this war, so they're unlikely to want an alliance with us because they're going to stay quite strong. It's only if they lose all their troops that they're going to want an alliance. France. I wonder if we could get France on side. France can have a navy. Karakoinlu is another potential option, but another unlikely one. Let's pull you back and go to Genoa. And let's also take a look at how powerful Genoa is. Genoa have 11 ships, but they could go up to 22. The Mamluks have 30 ships, and Venice have 62 ships. Okay, so Genoa's not going to be that useful. Although, if Venice finishes off their ships, they can provide another 9,000 people against the Mamluks. Where are you, Mamluks? 28,000. And Venice have 18,000. So they could help, potentially. We'd probably still need to wait for them to be weak. But we might as well get an alliance with Genoa, because anything is better than nothing for us. And nothing is a very likely option for us. Oh, ran out of mouse mat there. Now, Venice frequently get involved in the 100 Years' War at the very beginning, but don't seem to have bothered this time around. Oh, would Castile want an alliance? Let's send a diplomat over to Castile and see if we can't twist their arm a little bit. Oh, Castile are really far away, that's their problem. Their distance between borders 62 as opposed to 5. These guys are 46. Yeah, Castile is a long way away, so they're unlikely. See, Aragon are very close by because they've got this port here. Right. Tell you what then, yeah, let's not work, let's not... Oh, that's Aragon I'm looking at. What an idiot. Yeah, that distance between borders is never going to be low enough for them to accept an alliance. It might be because they've lost this port and thus count as being this far away, but even then that's very far away. 46. Probably not. Let's keep working on Aragon for now. See if we can't get them on our side. The Greek Patriots don't seem to have gone any higher, so that's alright. Maybe raising stability was the right choice. Could really do with a missionary guy though, or anything that gives me plus missionary strength. Still entered an alliance with Portugal. Portugal, I'm guessing, also too far away to really want an alliance. Yep. See, once again, Austria would be nice, but they have no navy, so they have no real way of getting over there. Oh, 4 peasants in Rhodes. This is what we needed. I thought that they had replaced the rebel system with this kind of rebel uprising thing so that rebels weren't just a random thing anymore, but it appears that that's not true. These rebels are probably going to actually beat us. Because we've only got 3 people and they've got 4. So that's going to be good. However, we've got a level 4 fort, so if we hurt them they might not be able to actually do anything. Let's find out, I guess. Can we get to our maximum morale before they spawn? 30... Sure. Oh, we probably could have got a general, couldn't we? That would have been a good idea. Well, there's all our troops, but then they disappeared because they couldn't do anything. So, well, we're now saving money on the army at least. Time for another bark. England entered a military alliance with Genoa. Oh, give me my bark. Let's create an army for our nation. How are you feeling, Aragon? Nope, not feeling it. They've got that personal union with Naples. Oops. Alright then, that's the end of this episode. We have achieved basically nothing. But they don't want to have an alliance. Oh, probably because we've got no army. We're going to need to rebuild that army then before anybody will take us seriously. They have a mission to conquer Cyprus as well. Right. Okay, well, join us next time when we hopefully get an alliance or something with somebody. See you then.